Hi, everyone. Mason Winfield with the Spirit Way Project again, launching another of our episodes of Psi Friday with Mason. For December 8th, 2023, I figured I'd discuss something that's been on my mind for a long time. I'm going to just compress it into 5 minutes, but I'm calling it Ghosts and Electricity. The beginning student of supernatural folklore will notice, just by interviewing the general public, how commonly electrical stuff gets mixed in with the ghost stories. It's a fixture of your typical haunted house or building that if it's got electricity, the spooks, whatever you call them, spontaneous psychic phenomena, it will get in there and start playing around with the electricity. It'll flicker lights. It'll turn TVs and radios on and off. It will spontaneously set off electrical devices. And, this is counterintuitive to the beginning student of supernatural folklore. It's like, wait a minute, they come into the study with impressions of castles and ghost stories are very old. They come from a time before humanity had begun to work with electricity. So what's the logic here? And I don't think it's all made up. I truly do believe that whatever you call the spooks, they play around with electricity. And to try to figure out a logic for this, like how could they do it? Why could they do it? I think I turned to some of the logic of one of my old friends. He was a Franciscan friar at St. Bonaventure University. His name was Father Alphonsus Trebold. He would have been the exorcist for Western New York if we had ever really needed a job like that done. Maybe someday I'll talk about some of the other stuff he taught me. But because so many of the vision sites in the world are places of unusual geology, like springs, fountains, fault lines, caves, gas wells. They have a different geomagnetic, natural electric signature than most of the rest of the planet. And because these were so active psychically, Father Alphonsus conjectured that electricity might be the motivating force of psychic phenomena. It might be the power source. And I should tell you that there's a lot of different kinds of electricity in the world. I'm no grand expert on it myself, but there's electricity in the air. There's electricity in objects. There's electricity in the human body, for instance. And it's different from the kind of electricity we use to run our devices, but that's what it is, electricity. And Father Alphonsus used to conjecture natural electricity was probably the energy source for psychic phenomena. And ghosts, spirits, psychic phenomena, it could be going on around us all the time. And it can't manifest. We don't see it because it doesn't. And Father Alphonsus used to speculate that the reason we see the spooks where we do is because that's the only place they can show themselves, because there's some kind of a power source there that they're able to use. And he said something else that I found very interesting. Well, he said a million things I found very interesting, but it was like the spooks show themselves not where they want to, but only where they can. And I think that's got a lot of relevance to the logic of haunted houses, because a lot of the apparitions people see are really localized. They're localized within like 10 feet, and it could be that particular room is some kind of a zone of power. I mean, maybe this spook is walking through the whole house, but that particular spot has preserved a moment in time for them, maybe due to some kind of energy it has. I think that's enough speculation today. Thank you for joining us for Psi Friday on December 8th, 2023. Getting ready for a big holiday coming up, y'all.